A blessed day, everyone. I am Dr. Jaydel Jhin Tibajia, your registered dietitian for today's talk entitled Turning Your Negative Relationship with Food into a Healthy One. In today's talk, I will walk you through what an unhealthy relationship with food is and also share some tips as to how you can shift it into a whole new perspective. A healthy one, of course. Without further ado, let's get started. With the pandemic's devastating implications, this worldwide disaster elevated food to a significant source of stress, irritation, and worry. As we all know, food is critical for both human health and the world's health, as existing patterns of food production and consumption have significant environmental consequences. Thus, the actions used to avoid and restrict the spread of COVID-19 and their effects have had a substantial impact on the food supply, dietary patterns, and nutrition of billions of people. On the other hand, early in the pandemic, research suggested an increase in self-reported eating disordered issues, which has resulted in numerous physical and emotional challenges during the last 2 years. Does this, however, indicate that pandemic-related stress has had a detrimental impact on people's eating patterns, alter their relationship with food, and increase the prevalence of other food-related mental health disorders, such as disordered eating? According to research, disordered eating practices have risen in prevalence during the pandemic. According to the National Eating Disorders Association, this comprises just about 2 to 3% of the population. At the same time, research indicates that up to 50% of Americans have a disordered connection with exercise, their body, and food. Although disordered eating is not defined as a diagnosable condition in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, it can manifest signs of an eating disorder, such as restrictive or obsessive food consumption. Thus, what is disordered eating? Common eating disorders include anorexia, bulimia, binge eating disorder, and avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. To summarize, disordered eating is characterized by an unhealthy relationship between food and weight. Many of us stay at home and engage in fewer social interactions and physical activities. While we recognize that our bodies require food to function properly and be healthy, an unhealthy relationship with food develops when eating becomes a cause of guilt and anxiety. Anyone may ask, what does an unhealthy relationship with food look like? If any of the following apply to you, you may have an unhealthy relationship with food. First, you adhere to strict dietary restrictions such as specific times for eating, what food you can eat, the amount of food you eat, and etc. Second, you feel guilty about your eating habits. Third, you are a binge eater. Fourth, binge eating is often followed by guilt and humiliation. Indeed, Carrie Woodruff, a licensed dietitian at Tosh, confirmed this. It is illogical to argue that we should have no relationship with food. Regardless of their nutrition goals, my goal with patients is to help them improve their connection with food so that it grows into a healthy and nutritious one. Thus, as a dietitian, what is my role? And what can I do to bring positive change to one's physical health and well-being? As we all know, dietitians translate nutrition science into everyday information and counsel people on their food and nutrition choices. Dietitians such as myself are licensed and regulated health professionals who examine, diagnose, and treat food and nutritional disorders on an individual and population-wide basis. Maintaining appropriate exercise, eating, and sleeping habits during this critical period may feel especially difficult. However, you need not be concerned because I am here to save the day. As a dietitian, I must utilize the most current public health and scientific research on food, health, and illness to provide practical advice that enables people to make healthy lifestyles and dietary choices. As a result, my mission is to promote health and illness prevention in individuals and communities. As such, why do we need to be healthy? As the COVID-19 pandemic enters its 3rd year, the virus has altered many of our everyday activities in ways no one imagined and has become the new normal. Many of us spend significant time at home to avoid exposure to the virus that causes COVID-19. Isolation and being at home might also trigger the temptation to eat salty snacks, junk food, and low-quality meals to satisfy our taste receptors immediately rather than nutrient-dense whole foods. We must be proactive and in certain situations inventive to sustain an active lifestyle in an age of social alienation. This brings us to our next point. What can we do to maintain an active and healthy lifestyle while the world around us has adapted to limiting exposure to COVID-19? While the entire world is battling against COVID-19, it is more critical than ever to maintain a healthy lifestyle. When most of us remain inactive due to COVID-19, we tend to consume more calories than we require, and the excess calories accumulate as fat. Developing healthy eating habits and maintaining a fit body is critical for a strong immune system and plays an essential part in weight control by burning additional calories induced by food changes and inactive lifestyles. Healthy eating prolongs life by preventing chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Still, it also boosts energy and mood, improving the overall quality of life, according to Natalie Stevens. The first step toward reaping the benefits of good eating is to become aware of the nutrients your body needs and how to obtain them daily. Here are the 5 to stay alive. Every day, the human body requires a plethora of nutrients. On the other hand, the basics are called macronutrients, and your body needs them to remain healthy and function optimally. Among them are the following 5. First, we have here carbohydrates. Its primary function is to provide energy. Carbohydrates are the primary energy source for the body and the only source of fuel for the brain, explains Kate Patton, a registered dietitian at the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio. The body breaks down carbohydrates into glucose, which cells require to generate energy. Another crucial energy source for the body is protein. Hence, protein is made up of amino acids to serve as the primary building blocks for the body's tissues, including muscle, skin, bone, and hair. Proteins also aid in the formation of enzymes, the catalysts that keep all bodily functions operating smoothly. Next on the list is fats, and its primary function is to provide backup energy. When carbohydrates are unavailable, your body uses fat for energy. Next, we have vitamins and minerals, and its primary function is to maintain optimal health. Vitamins and minerals are required for various physiological functions necessary for survival. They are also necessary for proper growth and development, and each one contributes uniquely to maintaining good health. Calcium and vitamin D, for example, are required for strong bones, while the B vitamins assist the neurological system. Up next, we have water, and its primary function is to enable the vital bodily functions. You've probably heard that you can survive without food for weeks, but only 4 days without water. This is because water is the most critical nutrient. It is engaged in several key bodily functions and is responsible for distributing other vital nutrients to your cells. Since we have finished discussing the 5 to stay alive, let's move on to our next topic. What are some tips for maintaining proper, nourishing, and healthy living during this pandemic? Maintaining healthy habits should be a concern as well. This involves eating an adequate number of fruits and vegetables, avoiding processed foods, and avoiding sugary beverages and sweets. Although it looks improbable that coronavirus is transmitted through food, steps can be taken to reduce the chance of foodborne illness spreading. Make an effort to consume healthful foods such as fruits and vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains. These foods can aid in maintaining a healthy body and mind during times of stress. Reduce your intakes of food that can exacerbate anxiety, including sweets, coffee, and alcohol. It is necessary to indulge in tiny delights but not to go overboard. Consume sweets, coffee, and alcohol in moderation. Excessive use can result in increased anxiety or sluggishness. If you're staying with others, make an effort to share at least one meal a day. It can assist in alleviating feelings of isolation and promoting mindful eating. Cooking together might also help you build relationships and relieve stress. It is also critical to exercise self-control and prevent emotional eating due to stress associated with the pandemic's dramatic changes. According to the CDC, whole foods such as dark leafy greens, oranges, and tomatoes, even fresh herbs are high in vitamins, fiber, and minerals. Make a point of consuming more whole nutritious foods rather than processed snacks or quick meals. As such, physical activity is one of the most effective strategies to keep our body's health and appearance. It promotes your long-term health and your general well-being and quality of life. Moderate physical activity is one of the most effective ways to maintain a healthy immune system and manage stress. Daily, aim for 30 minutes of moderate intensity activity such as dancing, lifting weights, doing yoga or aerobics at home, or simply walking or running outside. If you exercise outdoors, follow local stay-at-home orders and keep a 6-foot or greater distance from other people. Regular exercise can help you maintain an optimal weight and stay fit and capable of participating in activities that need a certain level of physical fitness. Inactivity has frequently been cited as a primary reason for our losing of ability to perform tasks on our own as we age. Meditation can also help in maintaining a happy mental state. To the mind, meditation is what physical fitness is to the body. Meditation is as critical as ever during these difficult COVID-19 times, and an increasing number of individuals are looking for ways to improve this aspect of their lives. Commit to a daily meditation for a month or longer to see the long-term effects on your mental and physical health. Whether you prefer to meditate in a studio or at home, it is critical to maintaining consistency. You will notice your body's reminders as you begin to transform and feel the advantages of your meditative practices. Mental clarity and emotional stability can be achieved through meditation. It can also aid in reducing anxiety, the treatment of depression, the reduction of stress, and the promotion of a sense of calm in daily life. Hence, sleeping well is critical for stress reduction. We are all subjected to stress, but how we respond to it determines the extent to which it affects us. While we cannot avoid stress, we can learn to cope with them more effectively. Often, we are unaware of the numerous ways in which relaxation may boost our stamina, quiet our minds, enhance our mood, and enable us to be more productive. When performed frequently, deep relaxation practices such as meditation, yoga, tai chi, and breathing help recover energy and promote a more positive sense of self. Sleep is also critical for general health and wellness, but it can also be challenging to obtain at times. Making time to rest, relax, and be attentive is proper sustenance for the body and soul, providing us with a healthy balance that enables us to focus more intently on our lives, the people in them, and our job. By focusing on these factors and developing an awareness of mindful living, we can improve our health and become more deeply aware of our everyday life experiences. Make yourself a priority, your happiness, health, and well-being, and stay safe. Thank you for listening and have a good day, everyone.